Today we're going to be sewing up this super cute gored trumpet skirt. Just 2 pattern pieces to make this entire skirt. And you can download this pattern in sizes 0 through 38. It's a part of my Pattern of the Month club. And that's the only way you can get this pattern is by joining Pattern of the Month. And once you join, you don't just get this pattern, you get all the patterns that I've ever put up there. So let's say you join and you get this pattern. There's also going to be in-depth videos on how to alter the pattern to fit you perfectly and how to make it exactly your style. And these additional videos are in-depth sewing lessons. You're gonna learn a lot about altering and constructing garment patterns. So I hope you join the Pattern of the Month club. It really helps support the channel and it's a lot of fun to be involved. Let's get into sewing this super cute trumpet gored skirt. So as you can see, I've already cut out all of my pieces for this. I have my 6 gored pieces and my facing and my waistband interfacing and my zipper ready to go. Grab your facing and your interfacing and we're going to fuse these together. So you want to make sure that you have the bumpy side of your interfacing on the wrong side of the fabric and make sure you line it up. I'm using a really soft crinkle rayon, so the fabric itself likes to move a lot. So fusing this is really going to help keep it shape. So I have a piece of muslin on the bottom of my ironing board, and I'm also going to take the muslin and pull it over my facing piece when I iron it down so I don't get any fusible on my iron. And just like that, we have our fusible on our facing. And you're going to do that to both pieces of your facing. Now I have both of the facing pieces with interfacing on them and they are ready to be serged. Speaking of serging, we are going to serge all of our pieces, all of the edges, because we don't want it to fray and fall apart when we're wearing it and washing it, right? But if you don't have a serger, you can zigzag it, you can overcast it, you could pink it, or you could even spend time bias binding all of your edges and make it real nice. So let's go serge up all these edges. So I'm going to be finishing all of my edges in white thread. All done. Now that our edges are all finished, it's time to start sewing these seams together. So I have this laid out so you can see exactly where we need to sew the seams. So we're going to sew a seam together here, 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 and here, leaving the ends open so that way we can put the zipper in it. So when we sew these panels together, we need to place them right sides together, line up your edges, pin them together, and then we're going to sew down and then follow that curve for the bottom of the skirt. And your seam allowance on this pattern is a 1/2 inch. So you're going to do that over and over and over again until they're all sewn together. Just make sure you leave one section completely open so that way we can put a zipper in there. And it doesn't matter which piece you leave open because all of the pieces are exactly the same. That's the beauty of this skirt. So now we're going to sew all these panels together with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And now we're all done sewing those panels together. We have all of our panels sewn together and it is looking great. You can really see the volume at the bottom of the skirt and I love the movement in this fabric. Now what we need to do is iron open all of our seams. And that's because we want it to have a nice, clean, crisp looking finish. And it's going to make putting on that facing and hemming it so much easier. So we're gonna open up all the seams on this skirt and we're going to press them open. So that way it looks so nice. All done. And just like that, all of our seams are looking beautiful. Now it's time to sew in that invisible zipper. So grab your invisible zipper and let's go over exactly how to put this in. So the first thing we're going to do is take the zipper and we're going to flip it right side of the zipper to the right side of the fabric. And since I have a 1/2 inch seam allowance at the top waist, I want to make sure that my little plastic piece is a 1/2 inch away from the top edge. So later on, our zipper is going to zip to the very, very top. And now what we're going to do is stitch very close to those teeth, rolling open those teeth while we sew so it ends up completely invisible. I have my invisible zipper foot on, and since I'm doing the right-hand side of the skirt, I have my teeth in the right-hand groove on the bottom of the foot. A regular stitch length on, the needle position at center. Back stitch when you get to the zipper pull and cut. This is the back of the invisible zipper, and when we flip it over, you can see how the fabric meets at the center of the zipper beautifully. Now it's time to do the other side. So now what we're going to do is unzip the zipper, and we're gonna flip it over to the right side just once. If you turn this twice, it's never going to zip up. It's just gonna be in a continuous circle. So I'm going to put one pin in here to make sure I don't flip it on accident. And now when we put it into the zipper foot, we're gonna put it on the left-hand side and just go right down the teeth like we just did. So I wanted to show you the grooves on the bottom of this invisible zipper foot if you haven't used one before. So since I'm sewing the left side, I'm gonna make sure that my teeth are in the grooves on this left side here. We're just going to keep the zipper tape lined up with the edge of the fabric and keep those teeth rolled open when they go into that foot. And then we should get a nice close sew right at the teeth. And if you're putting in an invisible zipper and it doesn't look invisible enough for you and you can still see that zipper tape on the outside, just run it through one more time. You don't even have to seam rip it. The only time you need to seam rip an invisible zipper is if you sew into the teeth and it won't zip up. Back stitch and cut. So you can see our invisible zipper is so invisible, you can't even tell there's a zipper in that seam unless you notice the zipper pull up here. So this here is your goal for your invisible zippers, just beautifully placed into the seam. And now it's time to sew up the rest of the skirt here because we do not want a hole below our zipper. For sewing up the bottom of the zipper, you can use either this all-purpose zipper foot or you can use this narrow zipper foot here. You can really use either one. We just want to make sure that we can get nice and close to the seam. So today I'm going to be using this narrow zipper foot. So this foot here is going to allow me to get nice and close to that seam where we left off sewing. So we want to start back about a ½ inch. We're going to make sure the zipper is out of the way. We want to make sure that we have both of our pieces of fabric together because we are sewing a seam here. We just have to keep the zipper out of the way. And really keep your fingers out of there. It's easy to get your finger caught in there. So hold it back with your thumb, back stitch, and then continue down. Back stitch and cut at the end. So now the seam is nice and sewn up below the zipper. But on the inside, we still have these flappy zipper tails. So what we want to do is sew them down to the seam allowance. So we're going to pull the seam allowance away from the outside of the garment, and we're just going to stitch down this bottom inch of the zipper tail to the seam allowance. So now I'm sewing that zipper tail down just to the seam allowance here. Just the bottom inch. Back stitch and cut. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm just going to flip it around and sew the bottom of that zipper tail to the seam allowance. Back stitch and cut. Now that we're done with the zipper, it's time to sew together the facing and attach it to the top of the skirt to finish the top of the waistband. So grab your two facing pieces and we are going to place them right sides together, and we want to make sure that we're sewing up the right hand side because we're going to leave the left hand side open because our zipper is going to end up being on the left hand side. I'm sewing up the right hand side of the facing with a ½ inch seam allowance. And now that we have that sewn up, we need to head over to the iron and iron this open nice and flat. Now we're gonna take this facing piece and we are going to pin it to the top of our skirt. Notice that one side is curved in and one side is curved out. The top here that's curved in is going to be the top of our waist, and the outside curve down here is going to be the bottom. So now when we attach this, we wanna make sure that our zipper here is flat open, and our facing piece is going to go just right to the edge of that zipper tape there, and that's where our first pin is going to go. Now what I want you to do is find 1, 2, 3 seams over, and go ahead and line up the seam of the facing with the seam of the skirt. So that essentially is the other side of your skirt, because it's 3 panels in the front and 3 panels in the back. And now what we want to do is just pin these 2 layers together. Now depending on the fabric you're using, you might need to stretch it a little bit or ease it in there just to make sure it fits real nice. Also, double check your seam allowances if you are having any troubles with that fitting, because if you don't have perfect 1/2-inch seam allowances here, it won't fit into the facing. So now we're just going to work our way onto the other side. I'm going to pin the other side where the zipper is, make sure that zipper is flat open. Pin that down, and now we just need to pin this side. Here we go. So now we have the facing pinned around the top of the waist of the skirt. That smaller curve is at the top waist and the bigger curve is at the bottom. Now that the facing's pinned on, it's time to sew it together with a 1/2-inch seam allowance. So I have the zipper flat, we have the facing over it. Make sure it's moving forward first before you add your back stitches, and then continue. You get to the end, so over that zipper in the facing, back stitch, and cut. Now that we have the facing sewn on, let's check it out and see what we just did. You'll notice that the facing is sewn over the zipper tape. So when you do this, you need to make sure that the zipper is flat and the facing piece is going over the zipper while it's flat. Now we're gonna add an understitch. It's a little stitch about 1/8 of an inch away from the seam on the facing. So it is essentially an edge stitch, but because it's on the facing on the inside, we're gonna call it an understitch because it's going to keep the facing under. This is going to help our facing stay to the inside of the skirt while we're wearing it, so it doesn't wanna roll out of that top edge. Make sure you start at the edge of your facing. Make sure it's moving forward first. Add your back stitches, and then continue. And make sure you have it lined up with the 1/8 of an inch mark on your foot. Also make sure that your seam allowance is towards the facing and you're stitching down the seam allowance on the facing. When you get to the end, back stitch and cut. Now that we have the edge stitch on the facing, we need to finish the facing by the zipper. So what we need to do is fold the facing back onto the zipper. Just make sure it's folding at your original seam and not the edge stitch, because it naturally wants to just fold at the edge stitch. So we're gonna make sure that we're folding it at the original seam, and we're gonna fold it down on top of the zipper. And now what we're going to do is put on our all-purpose zipper foot, and we are gonna sew right in the center of the zipper tape down the facing. Sometimes it likes to get caught up here on all the layers, and if that's happening to you, just start down a little bit further. Make sure your machine's moving forward, and then add your back stitches. Back stitch at the bottom of the facing and cut. And now you'll have that little facing piece sewn down on top of the zipper. So now do the exact same thing to the other side. So we're going to take the facing and we are going to flip the skirt right side out. And when we do this, you're going to notice that the edge of the facing by the zipper is nice and finished. And by doing this, you end up with a nice finished edge by the zipper and at the very top of the zipper. So now that the facing is looking beautiful, we want to prevent it from flipping up. So what we're going to do, since our seam allowances are ironed open, is we're going to take the edge of the seam allowance with the very bottom of the facing, and we're just going to add a little back stitch in here. It's basically tacking it down so it's not going to flip up. And I'm going to do this to each spot that I have a seam in the skirt. So 2 on the front, 2 on the back, and 1 at the side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tack that facing to that seam allowance. So I'm just going to, it doesn't matter what side you do, I'm going to lift up a little bit of the seam allowance and I'm going to pin it to the facing. So that way I can get it in the machine and I know exactly where I need to sew. So I'm just going to flip it around. And now I know I have my skirt out of the way. We're just sewing through the seam allowance on the facing, just the bottom. Just back and forth, maybe like 4 or 5 stitches. That's all you need to add. So we've just tacked it down there in the seam allowance right at the edge of the facing, and that's going to keep it down. So when you're wearing it, it's going to prevent it from popping up. If you want, you could also do the other side of the seam allowance. You don't have to though. And you're going to do that to all the seams you have. Everything is looking so good. There's only 1 step left, and that is hemming it. I'm going to be putting on a single folded hem, just turning it up about 1/4 of an inch and stitching it down since I have such a light fabric. But you could bias bind it and turn it up. You could give it a little blind hem. You could hand stitch it. There are so many different ways you could hem the bottom of this. And if you need help deciding on which hem, make sure you check out my sewing classes. Let's hem this up and then we're done. So exciting. Back stitch and cut, and we are finished. We are done with our Gored Trumpet skirt. Let's take a look at it. It is so cute. I cannot wait to try this on. So on the outside of the skirt, we have our beautiful seams that open up into the flounce at the hem here. So we've got all that volume at the hem. And then on the side, we have that beautiful invisible zipper that just goes directly into that seam there. And then on the inside, we have our single folded hem at the bottom. And then you can really see all of our seams here that we've created with the gores. So we have all those seams nice and pressed open right now. And you can see when we're at the hem, they're pressed open and then folded up. And then at the top, we have our finished facing with our understitch. We have it finished around the zipper. And then we have it tacked down to all of the gored seams. Skirt is fitting great. I'm loving these vertical lines down the skirt and the flounce at the bottom. I love the movement it has. So when you walk in it, it's gonna move with you. I love creating my own clothes because I can define my style. If I'm feeling like a cute little lemon drop, I can make a skirt out of lemons. Or maybe I'm feeling like I wanna wear some denim and I want it to be all ruffly and frilly. The sky is really the limit here with creating your own clothes, and I love this pattern because it's one piece, so you can use it to reuse some fabric scraps that you have. You could make it panels. We could add different colors of florals or different colors of solids for color blocking. You could totally add ruffles to the bottom. You could put pockets on this. You can add so many little details to this skirt to make it truly all your own. And don't forget, when you join the Pattern of the Month Club, you're also gonna get additional videos on sizing the pattern to make it fit you just how you want and choosing the right style, just like you do with every pattern in the Pattern of the Month Club. Thanks so much for watching Sewing Anastasia today. If you have any questions about this pattern, the sewing process, or pattern of the month, leave it down below and I'll be happy to get back with you as soon as I can. And if you enjoyed the video today, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when the new videos come out. And don't forget, I teach sewing classes in person here in my design studio, and I teach classes online, and you can check those out with the links down below in the description. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all the socials, so that way we can stay connected and creative together. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.